Hello, Gillian. Let's see your picture. So, I think it's pretty good. You only done few portraits, and you can draw like this, so I think it's pretty good. But there's a few things I want to talk about it. Is when the face turned around, the two eyes, they're definitely not the same size. Okay, let's see this. Here is the size of this eye, right? Here is the size of this eye. You can see the left eye when they turn to the other side, they definitely shortened, right? As a perspective. But your eyes is about the same length, right? So that's the one I want to correct, because this eye should be shorter because the perspective turned around. Another thing I felt like, see the nose, the bridge of the nose? It doesn't curve that much. So that's the one part I want to correct. And another is the lips here. I felt like this is too much compared to that. Okay, so see how I'm going to fix this. I'm going to use this to get the bridge more straight. Remember, it's less, okay, about here, right? Then I can have a darker color. And now you see like the nose a little bit long, right? I'm going to shorten it later and get that part shadow. That's the shadow. See, when you're making the nose here, you kind of can shorten this eye a little bit, right? Shorten that eye a little bit. So I'm going to get that long. Then the forehead should be here. It's all shadows. And nose. Now you can see the nose is a little long, so I'm using the shadow to cut a little bit. Another thing about drawing the nose, I think I talked to you before, is sometimes it's very hard, like how long the nose going to be, how long. So my trick is I always look in the distance from the top of the nose here to the eye. So that distance is very easy to figure out how long the nose is. So by that method, okay, here is a shadow, very important. You know why? Because our eye is round, right? Its eyeball is round, it's a sphere. So it created that shadow, created that shadow over here. So because the eye is a sphere, and this eyebrow doesn't going up. You went up, you are thinking about a different angle of the eyebrow, probably. So here it goes. So I made that part a little bit shadow, so it turned to turn around. Okay, now cut the nose, right? Cut the nose, and here is the nostril. Then I will show you how to look. It's probably right here, right? Kind of that's the distance. So I'm making this right here. That's the, the right there. Now, after you've done that, you will realize what? You realize the lips is a little bit long, so I needed to move the lips a little bit now. Oops, what's going on? Okay, here we go. Shadow. It's a little bit light there. So here, that's that part. Then here, that's that part. Now I can't have to move the lip, right? Move the lip. See how I do the lip? I really look the shape of the shadow, which is this part. See, I'm looking at the shadow. That's the shape I'm looking at. That's the shape, right? That's what I'm looking at. Look how I do it. If I'm looking that shape, I know here the shape goes like here, right? That's the shape. I'm not kind of looking at thinking it's a lip. I'm just thinking about that's an abstract shadow. So oops, I think that probably too dark. Let me do it again. Pick up a darker color here. Okay. Then here is like going down. See that going down? And how fat that shadow is. It's important. Then that's a shadow here, right? See, I'm only looking at the shadow. I didn't really looking at that's a lip or whatever. Just looking at that's a shadow. So if you get rid of the thinking of, oh, I'm drawing a lip, you probably focus on the shadow is more going to look like the lip you are drawing than the lip is in your head, right? Okay, here is a very important thing. See that the under the ear is matching you under the nose right here, right? So that's going to be your ear. That's going to be your ear right here, right? Then here's the neck is correct. It's just the shadow is a little bit too much, and get rid of the shadows. Then okay, here's the after the ear, that's the neck. That's that, right? Okay, now I'm going to teach us yeah, right there. Okay, now I'm going to talking about the hair, okay? So when you're drawing hair, is you group it first, and the big group. See, that's a group. You can see that group has dark, light, dark, right? That's a group, dark, light, dark. So our hair, and that's a group. You can tell that's a group, dark, light, no, dark, light, dark, because it goes this way, right? That goes this way. So they have highlights, the pumps up, so the dark, then the center is light. So if you know that, let's group it first. You have that. Another thing is about doing hair, use the darkest pencil you have, because that way you can definitely draw it loose. You want your hair puffy, right? You want your hair puffy, so you want to draw it loose. You don't want it wanted the a little bit here. Here we go. Then here's the shadow. You can tell I'm grouping it. See, I'm grouping it. That's the top, this one. Then that's more top, that one. Still group it. So I leave that highlight here, so the hair looks like turns, right? darker. All right, make it a little darker now. Oh, it's too dark. Lighter. Don't want to get it too dark. Okay, that's better. Otherwise, too dark. Here's a darker part. Shade it. Don't draw the hair one by one. Shade as a group, because you know there is a dark and light. Okay, it's kind of like this. You know, see how it fixes? Oops. And I'm going to erase that part. That's a light part, see? It's a light part, I'm going to erase that. Light. And that's to the distance. See, that's too close. That's it. Good job.